Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's Wheelie down here, and if you're new here then welcome. If you're not new here then welcome back. You obviously know who I am by now. It's nice to see you again. But for today's video I thought I would do a kind of a chitty chat video because we've not had one for quite some time. Like, I've not sat down with you guys for quite some time and just spoke to you guys. But today I thought I'd raise a topic that basically a lot of people ask me now that I've started a YouTube channel. This question comes up a lot, and it's literally, why did you start a YouTube channel? This question comes up quite a lot now that everybody knows, well, not everybody, but the majority of my family and friends know that I'm on YouTube now. So this is a question that comes up quite a lot. And so I just thought it's a question that I would answer. So without further ado, without further rat-a-tat-tat, let's go. So the dying question, why did I start YouTube? Well, if I'm honest, I grew up at like 13, 14, 15, 16, watching YouTube constantly. Like, it was just a generational thing. Like, I'd watch YouTube. I'd enjoy videos from people like Makeup Junkie G, who's now known as Georgie Rankin. We had Anastasia Kingsnorth, and people like that, and I used to watch them all the time, and I used to think, oh, I'd really love to do a job like that, because with me having the disability that I've got, I can't actually work in an average workplace. So I can't do your average 9 to 5 because the amount of care I would need is just ridiculous. And the amount of money I would have to pay for that care in order to work, there'd be literally no point in me working because all my money would go into care. So I always wanted to do social media in the long run as a job. Now, quick disclaimer, social media at the moment is not my job. I don't get paid for social media. I don't get paid for what I post. I don't get paid for any of it. Don't mind that white thing on my finger. I don't even know what it is. But oh, there you go, I got it off now. But I don't actually get paid for social media at the moment. I don't get paid for it. I don't get paid for the content I post for you guys. I don't get paid for any of that. It's just for fun at the moment. But the end goal is obviously to make it a job. But there are a few reasons why I wanted to start YouTube. And basically it all starts back from when I was in school. Maybe like mainly high school and college. Now, I weren't what you'd call one of the popular kids. So I weren't one of those that everybody wanted to be around. I weren't one of those that, wanted to be around everyone. I was quite an what's the word? I was quite an introvert, so I wouldn't, I might appear confident, but I was quite shy. Like, I'd speak to everyone, but I'd have very few friends. And I think that's just simply because I was in a wheelchair, and not many people know, how to communicate in the right way with somebody in a wheelchair. They don't want to offend you. They don't want to upset you. They don't know how to start a conversation. They don't want to make you feel bad. So instead they just stay completely away. And I didn't really have many friends apart from the good few that I do have now that I'm not going to mention because they might not want their names mentioning on my channel. But I've known one of my good friends for at least 14 years now, but she is about the only good friend I have because everybody else just found it difficult to make friends with me. So then I found comfort in watching YouTube videos because, as silly as it sounds, they were like my friends because I hardly had any. And then it then came to me that I was like, you enjoy watching these videos, so why don't you just start making them? And I was like, and for years I was like, should I? Because I might appear like online, even in person in some cases, as a very confident, outgoing person. But in reality, I'm really not. Like, I am probably the most nervous person. I don't get myself out there. I keep myself to myself. Um, I'm quite an introverted person, even still now at the age of 25. So the thought of me actually going from watching YouTube to actually putting your face to a screen and having other people watch you were just like, no, I can't do that. I can't do that. And when I said I wanted to do YouTube for the longest time, I mean, we're talking a good 5, 6, maybe even 7 years. But it hasn't been until the last 2.5 years that I've actually genuinely thought about, creating content and putting it out there on YouTube. And that's simply because my family support my decisions. Yes, they do. They fully support my decisions. Whatever I decide, they're right there. They're right there with me. But with YouTube, I don't. It's not that they don't support me. It's just that they're of that generation where they don't understand it. Because obviously, when they was growing up as children and when they were teenagers and young adults, YouTube wasn't a thing. Social media wasn't a thing. It wasn't even available, I don't think. So to them, having me do this is like, why would you do that? Like, why would people do that? Even when they come in and I'm watching like YouTubers on the telly, they're like, why are you watching that? Why would anybody like want a job like that? Why would they get paid for that? And it's not because they're being rude. It's not because they don't approve of their job. It's just that they don't understand it. So I don't think I had the confidence to do it whilst I was, obviously I'm still living at home, but I was single and I weren't with anybody, and my family didn't really understand social media, so I didn't really have the confidence to start it then. But then about 3.5 years ago, I met my partner, my now fiance Daniel, who you will have seen in quite a few of my vlogs when I've gone out and stuff and done things, and he's appeared on my YouTube channel. You all know who he is by now. And then we got talking one night and I said I've always wanted to do content for, YouTube mainly and social media and Instagram and TikTok. And I said, but because of my disability and because I am different, I am seen as different, I just didn't have the confidence to do it. And he sat me down one night and said, why not? I said, because I'm different, I'm not like everybody else. My 2 legs don't work. I'm reliant on a wheelchair, and I didn't have the confidence to do it. And then me and him, obviously when we started dating after about 6 months, my dad actually let go of the apron strings a little bit, so he let me go and explore the world on my own. So it was, go here, go there, just let me know when you get there so I know that you're safe, and I'll drop you off here, I'll drop you off there. If you want me to drop you, I'll drop you. And then we used to like go on dates and stuff, and it wasn't until then I was like, actually now my life's a bit more interesting than it was. Maybe this could make a YouTube channel, but I still didn't have the confidence at all. Like, I was like, yeah, but people aren't going to watch my vlogs, people aren't going to watch my channel. Like, it just, even though I really wanted to do it, and even now with the full support of a very, very, very supportive fiance, like, I was still like, nah, I'm not doing it. And then I think it was 2021, my birthday of 2021, I actually asked for a ring light and so that I could put my phone in it, or a potential camera if I bought one, with a ring light, so that all my content could be filmed and I wouldn't have to hold anything. And then it was like, are you sure? Because this is something you've been wanting to do. Are you ready to take the leap now? And I was like, yes, I am ready to take the leap now. Like, I was definitely ready. And to be honest, I still get a bit nervous, like when I upload videos and I upload content for you guys, because I don't know what you want to see. I don't know if you're going to like it, because the thing is with me, especially being in a wheelchair and having a disability and being different to everybody else, I always judge what I do. I always judge myself. I always judge my attitude. I always judge, like, me. I always judge the way I look. I always judge the way I feel. And I know you shouldn't, but I do. And then when I started actually creating content, I was actually like, I like it, but do I want to make a job out of this? I don't know. Which now I have decided I actually do. Like, one day I do want, which, like I said, quick disclaimer, that YouTube isn't my job at the moment. I don't get paid for any of it. But eventually one day I do want it to become my job. And having parents that fully supported you but don't understand the ins and outs of social media is a bit difficult, because they're like, you're literally standing in front of a screen and nobody can see you. Like, they really don't, you know, it's just a generational thing. But to have like, you know, and even now I don't even, oh my god, don't start crying now, just having fire. So then to have Dan, my now fiance, come along and say, do you know what, you can do it if you really want to, you've just got to put the work in, was very bizarre. Now, when I tell you he fully supports me, like, I don't know, calm down Daniel, let me just gather my thoughts. I promised myself I wouldn't do this, oh my god. Yeah, when I say he fully supports me, what I actually mean is, so he will sit there with me and he will plan content with me if I'm, you know, if I'm ever stuck on content ideas for you guys. He will actually sit and he'll help me think of content. He will actually shoot content with me. Like, he will quite happily shoot content with me. He's very supportive like that. And he actually, oh my god, like I said, on my, I think it was 2021, but on my birthday of 2021, when I turned 25, I actually opened one of my main birthday presents from him, and it was actually a ring light where you could, it had two different attachments. So there's a phone attachment, which is obviously the one I'm using at the moment because I don't have a camera. And then when I do upgrade to a camera, there's also, like, you take the phone bit off and you can attach a camera attachment, so you can attach a camera. And I think that was the moment then that I actually realised that he is very, very, very supportive of me, and he does fully support me in my choices of potential, you know, career choice. And I still can't get over that. I can't get over that. For years, people have told me for years, and I think this is why. Another reason why I wanted to start YouTube is because for years, somebody, like, I've been told, oh, you know, by doctors, nurses, specialists, people that don't really know me even, oh, you can't do this, you can't do this, your disability is going to stop you doing this, your disability is going to stop you doing that. And I was always like, well, I was struggling to find my place. I was struggling to find where I belong. I was struggling to find who I was, who I wanted to be as a person. And then when I eventually found it, I had parents that supported me but didn't really understand my choices. They've never stopped me doing it at all. They never would. They never have. They never would stop me posting to YouTube. It is what I enjoy. It's what I enjoy doing. So they're not going to stop that. They just don't understand it. So to eventually then have a now fiance that fully understands and will help you shoot content, will help you create content, will help you think of content, and will fully support you in, you know, he actually bought me my first ring light, like I said. um it 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 hits deep, like very deep. And like I said, and I've said it multiple times in this video, and I'll say it again, I do want YouTube to be my job. But to me, YouTube is an escape, if I'm honest. The real reason I started YouTube was because it was an escape. Because I have, you know, multiple conditions. I have I have CP, which is also known as cerebral palsy. I have brittle bones. I have scoliosis. Well, I did used to have a really bad scoliosis, so that, excuse me, I did used to have a really bad scoliosis of the spine. It's not so bad now. It's not as bad as it used to be because I had surgery, but I have scoliosis of the spine. My feet are really, really bad because of my CP, and sometimes my pain levels can get really bad. So for me, I use YouTube as an escape from the pain and the physical pain and the emotional pain of my condition, or conditions, because I've got multiple. And it's just a release for me. Like, I can release all my stress, all my upset, all my anger, all every single emotion I can get rid of just by picking up a camera or a phone and filming my life. Or like today, like a sit down video with you guys. Like, it's therapy for me. Like, growing up, I had multiple like mental health therapies. I had CBT, I had counselling, I had everything. And I'm not saying they're not good, because they are, because I've had multiple and they do work. But for me, they don't work in the long term. Like, they work for the amount of time I'm there, but then when I leave and I'm left on my own, it just all comes back to me. And then I think that's when I found YouTube, and I thought, oh, this is the one thing that's making me, you know, actually cope with my life. So that is the main reason why I started YouTube, because it helped me cope with what's going on in my life. So if I'm stressed, I will pick up the camera. If I'm sad or upset, I will pick up the camera, or I'll edit a video that I've already filmed. Like, YouTube is my escape. And I think, I'm not going to say it's going to be my escape forever, because it might not be, but it definitely will be an escape for quite a few years, I think. And I avoided doing a video like this on why I started YouTube, because I didn't want to be judged. I didn't want people thinking I was silly. I didn't want people thinking I was daft. But the honest truth is, I do it as an escape. Like, it's my escape route from my daily life. You know, some people that they go to Zumba classes, some people they draw, some people they colour. But for me, my escape route at the moment, what seems to be working for me, is YouTube. And it's just an escape route. And like I said, my fiance is very, very supportive. Like, he supported me from the start. And if it wasn't for him, in all honesty, you probably wouldn't be seeing any of the videos that you're seeing right now. Because if it wasn't for that bloke, if it wasn't for that special man, then I wouldn't even be... So I'm getting emotional now because all my words are going all funny. But if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't have the confidence to even pick up the camera and put it in the ring light and speak to you guys, or take my phone with me and film what we get up to when we're together. And I wouldn't have the confidence to do that at all. Like, if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't have the confidence to do any of this at all. Like, he gives me confidence literally when I'm down on the floor and feeling like I'm useless and a waste of space and I'm never going to make nothing of my life. He's the one that drags me back up. And if it wasn't for him, you guys wouldn't be seeing the amount of content that you're you're actually seeing at the moment. In fact, you wouldn't be seeing none. Like, there are days when I'll wake up in the morning, I go, oh, I really can't bother today. You know, I don't want to. Is it really for me? Have I made the right choice? And then I'll take one look at Dan and he'll be like, come on, because you'll be really annoyed if you don't upload a video, you'll be really annoyed if you don't film, you'll be really annoyed if you don't edit or whatever, because he knows me, like I am a self-critical person. So he actually gives me the confidence to film videos and want to do these things, because there would be no content without him, because I just wouldn't have the confidence to do it on my own. That kid literally changed my life. So when I say kid, he's 38, but that bloke actually genuinely did change my life. Like, if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't even be thinking about doing YouTube as a job, because I'd never have the confidence to do that. And like, to know that one day YouTube could become more than just an escape for me is like, it's an exciting thought, but it's the most scary thought that I've ever had in my life. And I think I'm ready for that. Like, obviously it's going to take time, like it's not all going to happen overnight, and you know, you have to get to X amount of subscribers and X amount of watch hours, but I am ready for that, because for years people have, like I said before, people have told me, oh, you're never going to get a job, you'll never earn your own money, you'll always be reliant on, you know, other people and other things, and I don't want that. And my fiance doesn't want that for me, because he knows that I've always been quite work orientated person. So like, when I went to college, I was constantly staying up till 12, 1, 2 in the morning, doing assignments that weren't even due in for another 4 weeks, because I just wanted to get it done and out the way and start on the next one. And I think I've always been like that. And the thought that, like I said, YouTube could eventually be my job one day is very daunting, but it's very exciting. And YouTube became much more than an escape for me. It became like a friend to me almost. So now, like, my phone and my camera is like a friend to me. Like, I'm speaking to a camera right now, but when this is uploaded, I know that, well, probably hundreds, maybe even thousands one day of people are going to see this. And I kind of wanted to do YouTube, because not only was it an escape, but other than Georgia Rankin, who I absolutely adore, and Georgia, if you come across this, please, if I ever make YouTube my job, please can we work together, because I absolutely adore you. But other than Georgia Rankin, there aren't many disabled influencers on YouTube or Instagram or Snapchat or TikTok or anything. It's almost like we get filtered out because we have a set of wheels, and our legs don't work, or our arms don't work, or whatever part of our body doesn't work, or even our mind, because you might have a disability of the mind. And it's almost as if if you admit to somebody online that you've got a disability, they're like, oof, oof, oof. They automatically like cast you aside, and it's like, I wish social media wouldn't do that. Like, you see all these models for New Look and Pretty Little Thing and ASOS and all those types of people, and they're either skinny, they've got big boobs, big bum, they're all like slimline frame, all prim and perfect, and I'm just like, that isn't me, and that will never be me. Like, I'm a size 14 to 16 wheelchair reliant disabled person, and we're not shown enough and not represented enough on social media, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, anything like that. we're not shown enough, and I think that's time for that to change. So that's another reason why I wanted to start a YouTube channel, because I wanted to show people that just because you are disabled, just because you are different, or what society sees as different, doesn't mean you can't achieve things. Like I was told by doctors so many times, you know, your daughter wouldn't walk, your daughter won't talk, your daughter won't go to mainstream school, and all those things I actually did achieve. So I wanted to be like an advocate for disabled people, because other than like I said, Georgia Rankin, who I really, really do adore, and I watch every single video she uploads without fail. I wanted to put disability on the map and make it seem like it wasn't something that was different, and actually normalise it, because people walk past you in the street with a disability and they look at you really funny, like they'll look at you and go like that. And when you get looked up and down in the street, it's almost like, what have I done? Have I done something wrong? And so it's just, we're always going to be seen as different. And if I can do something or say something in a YouTube video that's going to show somebody that that's not always the case, like we shouldn't always be seen as different, then that's what I'm going to do. And so I'm not just doing YouTube for me, I'm doing it out there for every disabled person out there, every wheelchair user out there, every mentally ill person out there, every anybody that might be classed as disabled. I'm doing YouTube for them as well as me, to show them that you know, just because you have a disability attached to you doesn't mean that your disability is all that you are. Because it, like, I have CP, but CP doesn't have me. So I don't let my CP define me. It's not who I am. It's not what I want to be. CP is just part of me. It's not the whole of me. And this is what people need to start understanding. And I think if I can get that across on one of the biggest social media platforms there is, which is YouTube, then I'm going to do whatever I can to do that. Whether you have to see me living day-to-day life, whether I have to do chit-chat videos like this, whether I have to show you what it's like when I go away with the family, whatever I have to do to show you that actually we are not different, and we are not any different to anybody else, other than we use a chair or maybe a walking aid or anything that might make our life easier. That doesn't mean we're any different. And I know this video has gone on for quite a long time, but I just wanted to come and address that, because people have been asking me all the time, like, why do you start YouTube? Was it just for fun? Is there a purpose to you starting YouTube? Like, what was it? And I just wanted to be honest, I wanted to be frank and honest with you guys, because I ain't gonna bullshit on my channel and tell you that there are reasons I started YouTube if there weren't, or lie to you about the reasons that I started YouTube, because I wouldn't do that. But the two main ones are obviously that I just wanted disabled people to know that they are normal, and I also wanted to prove to myself that I could do this, and that it was something I could do. And it's also my escape at the moment, because everybody has an escape, and it's just, YouTube is mine. And before I end this video, I actually do want to give a huge thank you to my fiance Daniel for actually pushing me to do something that otherwise I would never have the confidence to do. Because if it wasn't for you, then this video wouldn't even be being filmed. In fact, no video would have been filmed. So I just want to say a massive thank you to you. And yeah, and on that note, I'm going to end this vlog here. Vlog? No, I'm going to vlog. I'm going to end this video here, and I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope this answered a few of your questions on why I started YouTube in the first place. And without why did I just gone blank? And without further ado, I will see you in the next video. Please like this video, smash the subscribe button, smash the like button, and hopefully I'll see you in the next video. I love you guys. Bye.